Hello everyone, my name is Anh. What a special occasion for me to be here today to share with you about the topic A Day of the Dead. Okay, so now let's start.
Very sad?
No, the atmosphere was not sad. The atmosphere
The atmosphere
like
was
a
not
party.
sad. The atmosphere was like a party. The atmosphere was very happy. Was the atmosphere sad or happy?
The atmosphere was happy. The atmosphere was like a party.
Was happy. The atmosphere was like a party. What was like a party? The atmosphere
was like a party.
In the cemetery was like a party. Where was the atmosphere like a party?
In the
cemetery.
The cemetery was like a party.
The atmosphere was like a party in the cemetery. Was the atmosphere like a party at my house?
No, the atmosphere
No, not at my house.
Like
the atmosphere was like a party
cemetery.
In the cemetery. The atmosphere was not like a party in my house.
Was not like
so the atmosphere was like a party
house.
In my house. So the atmosphere was like a party. There were people everywhere. Families were sitting around the graves of their dead ancestors. Where were the families sitting?
The graves.
Around the graves. Right? They were sitting around the graves. Who was sitting around the graves?
The families. The family was sitting around the graves.
The families, right? The families were sitting around the graves. Were they sitting around the trees? No,
they wasn't sitting around the trees. They were sitting around the graves.
They weren't sitting around the trees. They were sitting around the graves. So, where were they sitting? Around the graves.
Yes, they was sitting around the graves.
Families were sitting around the graves of their dead ancestors. Were they sitting around the graves of their dead ancestors?
Yes, they were.
Yes, they were sitting around the graves of their dead ancestors. Were they sitting around the graves of their friends?
No. They were sitting around the graves.
They were sitting around the graves of their dead ancestors. Who was sitting around the graves? That's right. Families were sitting around the graves. Whose graves were they sitting around?
Whose graves
were they sitting around?
They were
their dead
sitting
ancestors.
around the graves
Their ancestors.
of their dead ancestors.
Their ancestors' graves. They were sitting around the graves of their dead ancestors. Were they sitting around the graves of their dead ancestors or the graves of their friends?
They were sitting around the graves of their dead ancestors. Okay, that's all about my sharing. Thank you so much for your attention. Goodbye.